Welcome to Tableau Server and Cloud Admin Talk. My name is Mark Wu. I'm the Talk leader and also the owner Tableau Visionary. My topic today is on Tableau Desktop and the Prep Enterprise Deployment. I've been doing this for the last few years. We deployed thousands of desktop and prep. Today I'm going to share with you how you can do it with much easier workflow with a controlled version and with specific customizations that you want everyone in your organization to have to follow. Before that, actually, we are move on to a new platform. From next month onward, all the events will be on the new platform. I have a link of this platform. I'm going to show you that how you can join. In the past, there were always email reminders sent out to everyone, ask you to register for this session and the similar talk sessions. But moving forward, there's no more emails anymore. Become automated self-service. The event will be published here, and this link, click that, I'm going to show you. Moving forward, all the events will be published here. If you join a group, you will receive notifications automatically. Of course, you can still register or not. Now, if you're not in a group, it be difficult for you to find out the events in the future. When you are in this link, click join a group. This particular group follows a product category because we are on the server and cloud admin side. Click Tableau server and the cloud admin user group. Click here, there is join group option. I'm already part of the group. And you will see, once you join the group, you will see the coming sessions. Actually, we did plan next one already, next month, April 13, which is awesome web hoax demo. The web hoax, I've not seen people talk about it much. We made it work. Abhishek is going to show you how he did that. Just quick logistics. Everyone is muted during the whole session for better recording quality. Please use the QA. Submit your questions at any time. Because this is a community event, everyone is welcome to help answer the questions. I will try to answer some of your questions as I go, but I will have a dedicated time at the end. Do we record the session? Of course, as you can see, recording started already, and all the previous recordings also available. Let's dive into that. Why you want to centrally deploy Tableau Desktop and Tableau Prep? Why bother? Although I've been doing this for the last couple of years, when I thought about this, I will list as a 4 category of reasons. Number 1, version. You wanted to have consistent desktop prep version for everyone in your organization, version control. Second main reason is that you wanted to have a specific set of customized configurations for desktop prep. Like you don't have a discovery pane, you don't have language, you don't have control on the extensions and so on. I'll double click on each of those. Third reasons mainly is around the license activation. No matter you use LBLM, login-based license management, or you should use single license key or use individual license key, if you control your installer package, you have better chance to automate this workflow. I'll show you how. There are other good reasons that you want to have central deployed your Tableau desktop and prep. Like one reason I did, very cool for the last few years. I have one package install both Tableau desktop and prep together. That's very cool. I can show you how to do it. And I also show you a few other reasons. So how it works when you have a central controlled package for your users to install, prep, and desktop. From a user perspective, is more like this. Instead of going to tableau.com, they come to your IT internal website to download the package. After that, you just click install it. For my case, it's one package, one click install both desktop and prep. After that, the installer will do quite a few configurations as a post-installation scripts. And also, I'm using LBLM. As we all know, for LBLM work, the user has to have a creator side rule on your server. I automate the whole workflow that during the installation, I will have the user's creator side rule automatically created in the fly if the user side rule is not creator yet. And at the end of installation, it's a welcome message. After that, the steps 3 is, of course, they got Tableau desktop, Tableau prep installed. They just need to click on it to use it. But the first time to use it, they need to activate. In my case, it's LBLM. Just log on, single sign on, done deal. 2 years ago, I was using a single license key. That I embed the license key so that they even don't have to activate. It's activated already during the installation. But for LBLM, it's single sign-on once they have to do. That's high-level workflow that how it works from a user perspective. Now I'm going to show you. Actually how it looks like behind the scene. I'm a Mac guy. Last 15 years been using Mac, so similar. I'm assuming similar for Windows environment, but I'm going to show you everything on the Mac. If you download an installer from Tableau.com, let's say Tableau Desktop, is a DMG. When you double click that, you'll get the package file. Okay, same thing for Tableau Prep. I'm going to jump on the package. Open a package. I'm going to show you what's behind. See, that's the package. If you just open a package, I want to see what is in the package. What is in the package? As you can see, this is the Tableau Prep. The package has Tableau Prep. It has one app. This is the main Tableau Prep Builder application. It copies over to the application folder. Plus, it copies over the FlexNet license file automatically. This is what the files will be copied over. Okay, this is what I'm showing you right now is out-of-box Tableau's package. I'll show you this, then I'll show you my package. And later I'll show you how did I build my package. Okay, again, my workflow is I'm going to show you how out-of-box Tableau package looks like. Then I'll show you how my own controlled package look like. Then I'll spend the majority of the time show you how did I do those. And they have a lot of, this is Tableau Prep, they have a lot of scripts included. There are some pre-installed scripts. There's some post-installed scripts. Okay, bunch of those. This is Tableau prep, mainly files plus scripts. Okay, this is Tableau prep. If I open Tableau desktop, similar, very similar. I think this is the Tableau desktop. Okay, this is Tableau desktop. Looking for files. Oops, yeah, Tableau desktop, FlexNet, and look for the scripts. It has a one scripts or two, one scripts. Okay, it has some post installation scripts. Okay, mainly FlexNet and so on. All right, this is out of box Tableau. So I'm going to show you next how my own package look like after I'm done. This is my finished products more like. Where is my own package? How it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna open anyone. Let's say I'm gonna open just this one. This is my own package, how it looks like. First, looking for the files. Okay, I got two files here instead of one from Tableau's out of box. I got Tableau Prep, I got Tableau Desktop together. This is how I can do a one-click install both. The rest is similar. I do have a FlexNet and so on. Scripts. I got 3 scripts. You can see the pre-installed scripts. I consolidated all the Tableau Prep, Tableau Desktop, out-of-box pre-installation scripts here. They also have post-installation scripts. Also, I consolidated them all together and modify a little bit per my organization need. And then I have a second post-installation scripts. This is a lot of more things I did, few hundred lines of code. I'll dive into more of this. Okay, so with controlled deployment, I have a lot more control on what and how in the process. I can throw a lot more controls here in my own post-installation scripts. Still, I keep everything from out-of-box Tableaus because I look at that package as what we just did, and I basically cut and paste all of those together. All right, jump back to next, mainly talk about how did I do this? What tool do I use, right? From user experience is install, from my own website, install and activate. Now, tools used. I use package. Again, I'm a Mac guy. I use a Pro. Tableau also use Pro. Pro, why I use Pro? Because every single Mac has a Pro 5 included. Package and Pro will build my package. And then, of course, I need to notarize the package. Otherwise, a user install will have some kind of challenge. So those are 3 tools I used. I'm going to demo it, actually. I'm going to show you my tool, the package tool, which is this is the package tool. Okay. This is a tool I use to package things together. As you can see, I have the Tableau Desktop app from Tableau, Tableau Prep from Tableau. I have the FlexNet from Tableau. I did not invent this. I just organized it in this tool. So this is a package. This is a files. This is where you see from the package you saw earlier. And then from a scripts perspective, I have post installation scripts here. I also have pre-installation scripts here. I have a second post installation scripts here. I got my scripts. I got my package. I got my scripts. I got my files basically. Then this tool itself will just package by itself. Yeah, if you just run it, it'll package. You can do a debug and so on. After package become PKG, then I can notarize. Okay. But the main effort is on my own post installation scripts. This is where I'm going to spend more time, rest of time. Let me see if anyone has a quick question at this point in time before I go further. Got a few QAs. I just reload something quick. Or use a single installer for Tableau desktop prep. Does user still require admin right on their computer for installer to work? Yes. The user definitely requires admin rights on their machine for installer to work, for sure. Benjamin, how do you handle situation where developer could be using Mac or Windows to keep their development consistent across environment? I cannot. In my environment, I only have a Mac. There are very few people using Windows that I do have a few extra license. They will just activate it manually. They were still using Tableau's package. That is probably 1% in my case, maybe 2%. Majority for my case is Mac. That's packaged for Mac. Good questions. All right, moving forward. Here we go. All right, talk about 4 reasons: version, configuration, activation, and other good, cool reasons. Let me talk about version control. Strongly recommend keep desktop prep same version as your tablet server. What if you don't? What if you have a different versions? What happens? Okay, I'm trying to summarize what happens if you have a different versions between your desktop prep versus your server, either your server or cloud. It is okay for desktop and prep to have a lower version than the server or cloud. Fine, no issue. Although those users cannot leverage the latest features, of course, but it works. Now, if you have a higher version of Tableau Desktop, this is the example on the third I have here. Let's say your server is 22.3, you have a 23.1 desktop. It's okay to publish workbook to a server, but it's not okay. You cannot publish data source from a high version desktop to a low version server. If you have high version prep, it's okay to publish. Tableau allows you to publish, but grayed out all the new features not available on the server yet. And here's the take. Here's the take. During the publishing, it does highlight to you some of the features will be grayed out, which is good. I'm talking about from high version prep to low version server. The thing is that when the server is upgraded later on, if you assume those new features will be there automatically, you will be wrong. I don't think these new features will become available automatically. Which is why I strongly recommend to keep the same feature, same version, sorry. Move on, next one, configuration. This is probably the one main reason why you want to control your deployment, because you want a consistent, you have good reasons to keep certain things very consistent. The number one thing many people have been looking for is the discover pane. That is good place where you can have your company information there, your company's information there. Like it's right there in the fingertip for every desktop user. Leverage that. Strongly recommend if you have not leveraged it yet. It's just a small web page where you give a critical link, no matter your policy, your resources, how do you do a support, leverage that. This is a feature where I've been using for the last like 7 years, almost 7 years, even before this feature was available. Thomas Foldy helped me to just hack Tableau Desktop before this feature available. So finally, this feature is available for everyone. It's just single configuration now. Leverage it. What other configurations that can be done? I'm trying to summarize. This is everything can be customized. Language, repo location, probably don't bother, but product updates, likely you want to control. Okay. File recover, use error, maybe not too much. Accelerator workbooks. How do you do an extension? This is important. This is a more like data security thing. Do you allow extensions in your org? Do you allow network extensions in your org? In my deployment, I allow all the sandbox extensions on my server. And for network extensions, I allow, but there is pop-up. There's pop-up, just warning the users. You can configure differently. You can say, do not allow any network extension, for example. All right. Move on. License activation. Let me see if there's any quick question around the configuration, maybe before I move on. Any quick questions? Is any help page that has all the valuable items can be configured on Tableau Desktop? Yes, very good question. Yes, let me show you. Actually, there is. Discovery pane, do you reference the local HTML file? Yes, the discovery pane is not HTML file, no. It's a web page you host somewhere else outside Tableau server. Let me show you where documentation is. Good point, I do have a link for this documentation. Okay, open the link. You will see changing installation setting after installation. Let me post this in the chat. Where is the chat? Okay, we'll post this in the chat. It has both Tableau Desktop and Tableau Prep, Windows and the Mac. It has everything in here. Doing language, prep, discovery pane, how do you customize, how do you do a Windows environment, how do you do a Mac environment. There's more details. Every detail is here. Everything is here. Okay, how do you do it? Everything is here. Basically, what I have here is just summarized. Okay, nothing fancy. I did not invent any of those, but I did invent something next for license activation. This is really cool. Okay, move on. If you use LBLM, like what I am doing, you need 4 things. 4 things to leverage LBLM. 1, of course, you need to have subscription license. So the side rule creator will be available. Second, of course, the user has to click activate by sign in to a server. The third, the desktop user has to know what is the server URL. And when there is a side rule, when they enter server URL, Tableau server checks to see if this user side rule available as a creator. If yes, activate. If no, error out. This is how LBLM works. 4 prerequisites or 4 steps. Now, you notice on the left side and right side different. On the left side is out of box Tableaus. You got 3 different things. Imagine new user even your company organization has LBLM, but they don't know what to click as brand new user. If you don't know yet, there is a way you can configure it. After installation, only shows the right side. No other option, no trial option, no activate with product key option anymore. Only option available is activate by sign in to a server. I like it. This is my current configuration. Simple, no mistake by users. This is part of the post installation scripts you can configure. Second, server URL. This is so simple for many of us who have been using the server for a long time, but imagine you got new people come in, new desktop users. They may not know the server URL, but you can default it as in your part of the package. You can default a server URL. When they click activate, when they click here, basically when they click activate by sign in, a server URL is there already for them. That's it. They can still change, but it is there default already. Majority users that don't need to change, it works. This is how it works for me right now. Now for Tableau LBM, again, I'm talking about a common problem many organizations, many companies facing is that a creator side rule are not there before the user starts activate LBLM. How do you resolve that? Even you have license, like you just, it's not available yet on the server. You don't want the user to come here, realize they don't have a side rule, that the email you takes time. So figure out which user, you go to the server, create a side rule and come back, just too complicated. My answer for that is that in my package, installation package, I have a Python script built in. Actually, the installer calls my Python scripts that will create a side rule creator automatically in the fly during the installation. So whoever gets my package, always being able to activate. That's one thing I wanted to make sure. Whoever gets my package, they can always install, they can always activate complete. Because during the installation, I have a side rule created automatically for this user. How do I do so? Double click. How do I do so? During the installation, I have a Python script. First, identify who this user is. Okay, and then I go to my server, validate, query the Python a REST API. I can query this user side rule on the server. If already creator, no action. If it's not creator yet, the REST API will grant creator side rule for this user. And then this user will complete the rest of the installation. Even without knowing what's behind the scene happened for the side rule created for him. He even didn't know. And then after installation, he click Tableau Desktop or Pro. He can click any one to start with. The LBLM activation window pop up, and then he can default to the server URL already mentioned, and he can activate. Everything will be very smooth. The users may not know behind the scene I have this side rule created. The key thing I'm able to do so is that I'm able to identify this user during the installation. Because this package is in a controlled environment, I know who is doing it, who is using the package. Recap, LBLM workflow automation. Assuming side rule already granted, then this will be the user experience. user experience is after installation, open Tableau desktop or prep first time, they'll be getting the window on the top right, activate by signing into a server. They click that, they get to the second middle, basically is server URL prefilled. And they click, that's it, activation done. Of course, they need to sign on, the single sign on. When they click, they need to go to my server single sign on, whatever sign on you have, and done. That's it. That's a LBLM. What if you using license key? Okay, this is what I've been using for until about 2 years back. I have a license key. I have a master key for a whole organization. What if you have that? How do you make that work? Pretty much this approach works the same way as LBLM, except during the installation, during the package build, instead of creating users creator side rule in the fly, in my old package, when I had the license key, I download license key from a safer from my network automatically and then silent activate it. And silent activation of your license key is a supported feature by Tableau. Works for both Windows and the Mac. Again, what I did in the past before I had LBLM was that during the installation, that one of the per script function was to download license key automatically to the Mac, the machine the user is installing, and calling Tableau's silent activation function to get it installed. Get it activated. That's how it works. Actually, even simpler. If you're still using single mask key, there are a couple of recommendations. One is based on my experience, I think login based works better. Login based provides me a better way for me to understand all the activation data. Also, I can see the last used data on the server. By default, every single hour, Tableau desktop or Tableau prep will pin my server, so I can have a last use timestamp for every single desktop prep user in the organization. It's a very good data point for me to understand how many active users, how many non-active users, and so on. So move to LBLM if you can. Now, if you are still, for some reasons, you still want to use the key, license key. If you use a single master key, there are actually two features, more like hidden features, not common features, if can be useful. One is you can hide the key from a user's desktop. When the company has a single master key, you do not want anyone to know the key, actually. There is a way you can hide it. Also, you can configure your license such a way that I cannot publish anything to Tableau public. Again, optional. Those two features are not something can be configured by you, but can be configured by Tableau licensing team, because those two features are associated with the license itself. Okay, let me see if anyone has any other questions. One more question. Remesh, any static message can be displayed in the discovery pane instead of providing only URL if you're concerned of not connecting VPN. Static message. I'm not quite sure. if not configured to a VPN, you want to show them something else. I know what they're asking. I don't know. Maybe others can help answer this question. I never tried. I think for my configuration, if my web server is down, it just become blank. Maybe you can play such a way if a web server is down or no connectivity to a VPN to the web server, show something else. Maybe it can be done. If anyone figure out, let me know. I don't know how to make that work. Good question. Move on next. Other cool things can be done if you deploy Tableau Prep Desktop in a controlled environment. Okay, I showed this already to you earlier. Okay, let me show you my package in more details. Here's everything I'm doing for my post-installation scripts. One cool thing I did was I highlighted here. I renamed Tableau Desktop and the Tableau Prep after installation. I renamed it because the current Tableau Desktop or Prep installation, after you install, it gives different name because Tableau did not want to overwrite the old version. Like if you install Tableau 22.3, they will say 22.3.1.app. It gives you a different name. Actually, Tableau has good intent, but it can cause a lot of confusions for my users. Too complicated. They have multiple things there. They're not quite sure what is right one. Because in I don't know, in your case, in the Mac environment, most people just basically do this. You just if you use Tableau Prep, Tableau Desktop more often, you just keep this in your dock. So when you install it, a different name, a different application actually. So what I did was I renamed the Tableau Desktop as Tableau Desktop. Rename Tableau Desktop version 22.3.1.app as Tableau Desktop. I renamed the Tableau Prep 22.3. whatever is Tableau Prep. So from a user perspective, these two icons are always there, always pointing to the latest version. Technically, behind the scene, I'm just rename them. I have delete and rename. Delete the old one, rename the new one. So this is one tip I'm doing. Now, if you ask me, hey, what if I do want to keep my old version? Yeah. So knowing this is how the package behavior, if you want to keep the old version, do it before your installation. Rename your current Tableau Desktop to a different name, then you install it, basically. So this is one single tip. I find this is very useful, very useful. And the next one is very simple one is after installation, I want them come to my intranet, my internal web page, welcome page. It has information, everything. And it's very simple launch, welcome page website, my intranet website. You can also schedule, you can also do such thing like email them something if you want. Okay. All right, this is pretty much everything I covered. I think this is pretty much everything I covered. Just again, recap from a user perspective, download my package from IT website. One click to install both Tableau Prep, Tableau Desktop. Same version, same configuration for everyone. I got a side rule created automatically for LBLM. I have other things. I got consistent name, launch welcome page, and everything. And when user click to use it, first time is activation, which is straightforward because side rule is there, because server name, URL is there. The benefits for me as admin is now on the server, I see people's activation data, I see people's last use data. For me to understand a Tableau desktop usage. Very good. All right, let me just test your understanding. Okay, I have a few quiz just for fun. Can Tableau desktop version 2022.3 publish to server 22.1? It's for everyone. Let me see the answer, just for fun. The answer was yes, yes, more yes, thank you. Yeah, yes, it's an easy one. Yes for workbook, no for data source, unfortunately. I agree with you, Toby, never recommend. I wish it's yes for data source as well, but unfortunately it's not. It doesn't work for data source. It's one big gap actually. Question number 2, can a prep 22.3 publish to a server 22.1? Higher version prep to lower version server. Can or not? Yes, David? David say yes. Yeah. Yes, but same features will be grayed out. Yeah, got it. Understood. Good, good, good. Can any version Tableau desktop prep publish to a cloud? No? Yes? I know it's a tricky question. Maybe no cloud. I have this question that says yes because cloud, Tableau Cloud used to be called Tableau Online. Actually, they always have a latest version. I mean, sorry, this is a little bit tricky, this question. Yeah, because the cloud always have a latest version, so it's fine. You download Tableau Prep Desktop, should be able to publish to cloud. Should be. All right. Can you configure the Tableau Prep Builder discovery pane? If you say yes, I have to learn from you how to do it. I wanted to do that, but I don't know how. Out of box, Tableau, I'm not seeing Tableau's feature. You can configure Tableau desktop, but you cannot configure Tableau Prep yet. Someone figure out, share with the community, please. If you are able to figure out how to configure the discovery pane of the Tableau Prep. All right, move on, next one. Can you turning off product auto updates? No matter it's a prep, no matter it's desktop. Straightforward, the answer is yes. What is the minimum site rule required for LBLM? It's an easy one. What is the minimum site rule? Creator, yes, creator. Minimum site rule is a creator. Creator. Can you hide your license key if you use single master key? You can, but you have to work with Tableau license team, not by yourself. All right, probably not so many people using like single master key. I think that's all I have, just for fun. Any other questions? Let me see the QA. Any other questions? Okay. Static page, I don't know the answer. Audio, thank you so much. When enabling LBLM, is there any other things what you have described that must be done other than no? LBLM, only 4 things need to be done. Where it is, only 4 things, nothing else. Okay, 4 things. What's my better slide for these 4 things? Here we go. 4 things, nothing else. They need to have a creator license. Then they need to click sign on server. Server has have a URL. I need to have a set rule creator. More like repeat 1 to 4. That's all. Great innovation, Mark. Can you share the source code for post installation? You want source code? I don't know if I should share openly to everyone, but if you email me, I think I'm okay to share. Yeah, it's a Perl. I developed everything here. At least I can share majority of the things I did. If you email me, you can find my email here. Kevin, do you update, install, and uninstall drivers in the package as well? Very, very good question. Do you update, install, and uninstall drivers? No, actually, I don't know how to do it yet. I don't know how to do the drivers. This is one reason. Second reason is my organization really big. Different people using different driver. To get a driver into the package, even technically possible, but the installation will take longer. I'm not quite sure if I need to get a driver. But a good point. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. How will you reclaim license if it is not used for a certain number of days? Awesome question. Awesome question. Reclaim license. It depends on the if you use LBLM or use single master key, or use license individual license key. The reclaim process concept the same, but process slightly different. Okay. For example, if you use an individual license key, activate it, and you find a way that to figure out the license not being used, that's not easy. Okay, if you use an individual license key, not easy way, but probably you have to go to your customer portal, find out the last used, and then you have to reach out the user for them to reclaim. Not very easy. Not easy. If you use LBLM, much easier. I just learned recently. In my configuration, I'm login based. I just use the default. I think it's I use 60 days. Okay, default is 14 days. What it means is that for LBLM, the reclamation become easier because it's pretty much automated in a sense. If a user continue use desktop license or prop license, they can continue use without any issue, without any activation anymore. But if they do not use for last 14 days or 2 months, default is 14 days, in my configure, I set 2 months. If they did not use desktop or prep in last 2 months, when they use it again, they will have to reactivate. They will have to reactivate. Depends on how serious you want to reclaim the license. In this case, if they did not use for last 2 months, for example, you can have a scripts on the server to update the side rule to be something else, to be Explorer or something, for example. So that person will not be able to activate anymore automatically. They have to come to you. Maybe they have to justify this is one way you can claim. I don't know if it's too complicated. I mean, the way I mentioned. My point is using LBLM is easier for reclamation license. Have you considered centralized automating distribution of the package and execution of the scripts every time you upgrade a server, ideally on both Mac and Windows? I tried. Today, pretty much on my process is whenever I upgrade the server, I email them, the server is upgraded, here's a new feature, and here's a new package. Please download new package. Now, if they do not download, right, I do have a way to see what's the version they last used. Because I'm using LBLM, the server gives me a lot of, the Postgres specifically give me a lot of info. It tells when was this user last used, what's the version they used. I do see the older version being used. I can email this group, ask them to upgrade their Tableau desktop server. Again, it's up to them. Now, is there any way I can automate, like having the desktop on auto update only from my own package? I tried, but I failed. I think it because notarization thing. Because notify the package, sign package had the issue. Notarize the package had the issue. For that to make that feature work, I had to touch Tableau's the app, the package, touch that, and just mess up the notarization process. I cannot make that piece work. So I'm not doing the auto update for my own package only. I couldn't make it work. Good question. I tried it before. All right, so I think that's everything I have. Any other comments, questions? If not, have a great weekend. Join this user group. And next month, we have a web hoax session scheduled. Thank you so much. Again, have a great weekend. Bye.